Currently storing item in barrel. Yeah, I really don't want you doing that. I also don't want you worrying about brewing or processing plants. I really just want you to do nothing but gather plants. So I'm going to manually disable some of those and say commit. So your entire life's purpose now is to gather plants. And apparently I did end up building that trade depot, and they've arrived and they've unloaded all their crap, and we still haven't made any gold items. I don't even think we have any gold bars yet. Bars, bars, bars. What kind of bars do we have? We have 6 gold bars. Wow. What can we make with 6 gold bars? Let's go to the forge and let's make some other objects out of gold. We could make some gold toys if we wanted to. I don't know. I think that for whatever reason, wheelbarrows are worth a lot. We could make gold coins if we wanted to sell them. Gold coins have no purpose within the fort. In fact, coins in general are kind of silly. They used to be important in a much, much older version of Dwarf Fortress. Let's just make some gold wheelbarrows. Whatever. We'll use those gold bars to make some wheelbarrows, and hopefully we'll be able to trade them in time. I want to get my guy some experience so that I can actually see the value of my items. So just in case, let's go and we'll take a couple pieces of random junk. A lead cage. Yeah, let's get rid of some of these cages. We don't really need them. And here, take labor's bone. Sure, whatever. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want those. I want that. You can have labor's bone, but I want the other ones. And a slayed turret cage. It's going to be worth a lot of money. I don't want turrets yet. I don't want to get into that complex of the it's a more complex part to the game, so I want to build up to it. So I'm just going to trade that off. I wouldn't have been able to have it right now if the merchants hadn't just left all their stuff on the ground. So that should be good. Let's let that happen. Okay, the furnaces are still not done. Looks like one of the carpenter's workshops is done. Now I'm going to shift in the responsibilities of this carpenter's workshop since we've got one indoors now. So barrels, buckets, and wheelbarrows. So A-V-A-N, no, that's bins. A-R-A-E, and wheelbarrow. Repeat, repeat, repeat. And now I can just go out here to this one and X, slate it for removal. I'm also going to remove that outdoor wood stockpile as well. So now the only people going outside are going to be people either foraging for food, hunting, or chopping down trees, or bringing trees inside. They're not just going to be, working outside and hanging out outside. Got a bunch of more poults, and somehow these little chicks have actually managed to get through the door. It usually happens when like a dwarf goes in for some reason, and then they rapidly escape. I can go ahead and put them back in there. What is this? This is a poult. So we'll go to pen and pasture information. Let's search for poults. And let's assign all these poults to this room. And that way some dwarf will come along and drag them back in there. And actually it looks like the goslings escaped too. You damn birds. Get in there where you belong. Now keep in mind, Auto Butcher is tracking all that stuff for me, and when those birds grow up, it's going to murder them. So I don't really have to, I just don't have to worry about it. Oh, I see. So this guy, that's what happened. This guy is cooking. They're cooking with these eggs. And that is why the door is being opened. I don't necessarily want them to cook with eggs anymore. So stop doing that. And don't cook with the booze belly rum. Booze belly rum is for drinking, you fools. Alright. Yeah, I definitely don't have the prickleberry wine thing working, because right now I can queue up this job, brew prickleberry wine, but it's not automatically turning on. So I'm gonna have to play around with workflow a bit here and see if I can figure out why in the heck it's not working. Okay, so the the item is a drink. It is tracking the actual item. I mean, that is the level of the prickleberry wine stock. Actually, I think I know what it's doing. That's not the level of the prickleberry wine, is it? Must be. But the material is not prickleberry wine. The material is prickleberries. Sorry about that noise there. Let me try again. Please select a new item type. I'm almost positive that it's drink. And the material is not any plant. The material is plant. Prickleberry. Maybe it was this one. Maybe this was the right setting. Let's just try it. I'm going to set it from, say, 50 to 101, just so that it's different. And let's see if one of those works. Oh shoot, I didn't actually add it. I pressed the wrong button. Shoot. Alright, drink. P. Prickle. No, plant. Prickle. Plant. Prickleberry plant. Range 52, 101, and then Y for create. So we got prickleberry plant, prickleberry wine. Messing with constraints is really irritating, but I'm sure there's some reasonable explanation for why I can't get it to work. It might also be that drink is the wrong item. It could be something else. Let me just check one more thing. Maybe I could just... Is there anything else that it could be? Goblet, instrument, baritone. If I have to, I'll just look through the files and see if I can figure out what those items are classified as. Maybe liquid? Let's try that for a second. No, that's not right. Plant, prickleberry wine. Let's try that one for a second. So range, we'll make this one 50 to 102, and Y for create. So liquid prickleberry wine. I don't think that's right, but I'm gonna try it. So cannot produce prickleberry wine liquid, cannot produce prickleberry plant drink. I don't know. Again, I'm going to have to keep messing with it. Eventually I'll figure it out. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and just say unsuspend both of them. And we'll add this one here. So they'll at least make a little bit of it for now. And we'll see where we go from there. So, still have to deal with these Saran traders. See, yep, those items are there. Let's request the trader. And I think I saw that he's on break. No, he's drinking. I want to disable all of his labors. So let's find Mr. Broker. Right click, clear all labors, commit. So after he's done with his drink, he won't have anything to do but get over here and trade. I do think it was something in that first caravan that caused it to explode, because this one seems to be just fine. Here he comes. Alright, let's trade. Okay, so he does not really do very well at trading quite yet, but here we can see that the Slade turret is worth 7,500, which is a lot. So let's go ahead and I'm going to press Shift Enter, which automatically moves it down one. These bones aren't worth anything, I just kind of want to get rid of them. And then on the right here, I'm using Shift Enter again to rapidly select items that I want to trade. So we do want their mithril bars. I do want a little bit of clay in case we get a mood. I don't want toys. I want drinks, so I'm going to press Q to filter this list. And I'm going to search for barrel. And that way I can find everything that's in a barrel, like sunshine is a type of drink. So is this, and so is the strawberry. I don't want the poison or the other stuff. I'm going to press Q again and clear it out. Be very careful that you do not ever press S, because then you're going to seize all this stuff. You're not going to trade, you're going to actually try to steal from them. You can't steal from the mountain homes, you can't steal from your own race, but you can steal from the elves and from anyone else. And again, you do not want to steal from them unless that's your intention. So be cautious about it. We don't need any picks. I do want seeds, so again I'll do search, seed. Let's pick up all their seeds. Just makes it easier for me to filter it. I don't have to look as hard. I could go for some cloth. And basically, what you want to do is, this is the value of all the materials that we're presenting to them. And this is the trader profit. And this is the value of what I want from them. Essentially, until your broker has good skill, a very safe margin is to give them 40% of the total value that you are providing in profit. So if I'm giving them 7,600 worth of value, 10% would be 760, 20% would be about 1,500, so about 3,000 profit is my safety margin where they'll be fine with the trade. So I'm going to go through and just trade for these bins. If you select the bin, all the items beneath it are in the bin and will be traded. Or you can just trade the individual items within the bin. Notice how if I select this fiber cloth, it's going to turn off the rest of the bin. And if I select the bin, it's going to turn off everything in the bin. So I'm going to take all their cloth. Apparently they've brought quite a bit of it. And I've actually asked for too much already. I said about 3,000 is the safety margin. 30% you can probably do. In fact, we can probably swing this. This is about 33, 34%. So let's go ahead and press T for trade, and he's ecstatic with it. So, we just gave him some stuff, and he gave us all that stuff. And now I'm going to unrequest the trader and go ahead and reassign his labors. Broker can now again be these things that he was before. Sure. And he can also be a hauler. So now all those items that we've just traded for, we can have, and that kind of fixes our drink problem. Now we have 101. Looks like our wood area is complete, so let's get the furnaces going. I want to make sure we've got some ash and charcoal. Put them both on repeat. Repeat, repeat. And I'm actually just going to manage it right from the main workflow status screen. Let's add materials type. I want to have bars of a specific material, and I want it to be made out of ash. I want to have at least 20 to 30 ash. Let's add that. I want to add, again, bars of, what is it called? Actually, this will probably be easier to add from here. Charcoal. Yeah. Control W, add a constraint, and I want to track bars of coal. And how many do I want? I want to have a range from 20 to 30 of this as well. So now these two, they're going to burn the wood. We've got this Carpenter's Workshop set up, and let's also set up this one. A V, A E, and a wheelbarrow. Repeat, repeat, repeat. There we go. Now, as soon as someone starts building this, we're also going to need to build some asheries, which requires a bucket. Apparently we already have a bucket, so we're good. We need an ashery here. And let's build another one here too. We'll have two of them. I've played for much longer than I expected. I actually think I said like probably about a half hour ago that I was going to wrap it up here. Alright, so the merchants are leaving. That's okay. Now, since our broker actually completed some trades, he actually has some skill in that trading now. If we click and actually I do have to bring up social. I can see that broker has an appraiser skill of 4 now. So now when I want to look at items, like anything in my stocks screen, like say my prepared meals, I can see their value by clicking on them. I can select this, view the good, and I can see that this is worth 260. I can see that the goose chips are worth 144. You know, that's worth 48. Apparently, Gezith owns these turkey hen egg chips. I don't know if we actually ended up making those gold wheelbarrows, did we? Let's check and see. Stocks. And I think wheelbarrows don't have their own item. I think they're under tools. Yep. Let's just tab it out and then do search gold. There we go. Yeah, so we did make 3 gold wheelbarrows. This one here has a value of 3,600, pretty damn good. And then this one here is worth 2,400. So you can see they're worth a lot. But it's made out of gold. I mean, for crying out loud, it's a golden wheelbarrow. Who wouldn't want one of those? I know I would. That really bothers me that that's not working. Okay, so we probably did build out the remaining bedrooms. Let's go Alt-E, pull up the query tool, designate those as rooms, those as rooms, those as rooms. That's done. So they're still pulling up all the ore for us. Looks like this guy found some anthracite. Nope, that's hematite. I do remember seeing anthracite somewhere. Here, dig out that. Must have been on another level somewhere. Some more cassiterite. Let's dig that too. Right, so now that this is done, I'm going to give you an example of like kind of how I like to build this out. Let's say that this is exactly 1 floor below the bedrooms. I like to have a stockpile floor for material, a building floor, and then below it another stockpile floor. And notice with these stairs that if a dwarf is, say, right here, and the goods that they need are here, they can just go 4 squares over and get it. But if they're building, say, let's go on the middle floor. Let's say I've got a workshop right here. Let's say it takes up these 9 squares. And they need material. Well, they can basically just go up the stairs, and there's a whole bunch of stuff right around them. They can go below the stairs 1 level, a whole bunch of storage right around them. So this is a very efficient way to get your material right next to a lot of different workshops. I'm going to wait till they totally dig it out before I start working on it, but it's just one way to do it. Okay, so I do think I'm going to take a break for a while. I've been talking for like 2 hours straight, so thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode.